What's up guys, Joe here, welcome back to my channel, and today we are back with more T-Mobile Bianchi here on PCM 2020, coming off a very nice win at Paris-Roubaix Espoirs with Jonas Rich, proving to be one of the most talented young classics riders in the peloton. And actually taking a look at the morale, we do have a pretty happy team as a whole. Burkhardt slightly unhappy because of a shortage of races, and actually it's because he hasn't yet won a race. Hopefully we can perhaps do that in this episode. But of course, to start the episode, we do have some transfers and the ongoing saga with Gino Marza, who now wants 20 points to continue talks with the young Swiss rider, who is of course our most talented climber. Is he worth 20 points though? That is the big question. So coming to the dossier screen, 20 points for Marza, and if we take a look along the right hand side, we can sign some very decent riders above 71 overall for 20 points or less, it would seem. So I have made the decision, guys. We're going to close the dossier for Gino Marza. We won't be pursuing his contract next season. 20 points is just way too much for Marza. I'd love to keep him. I really would, but just way too much, and we can really build out the squad a bit better by signing a few riders with those points, I think. And so I have had a long look through this list on the right hand side, and I have come to some conclusions, and I'm going to do it, guys. Gianni Moscon, we may well have some bikes thrown around next season, maybe even some punches thrown. Let's hope not. Let's hope Gianni Moscon can find his feet if he does end up joining T-Mobile Bianchi. But we're going to open a dossier with Gianni Moscon, just 12 points and a 75 overall, and he's Italian, fitting the bill perfectly if he can sort his attitude out. So looking further, back in the day, of course, T-Mobile did have Alexander Vinokourov as one of their best riders, and it seems only right if we try and bring in a new Kazakh to replace Vinokourov, and not Lutsenko, but I believe Gidish, I think that's how you say it, 24 years old from Kazakhstan, really fits the bill. Very good rider, very good climber, and he can sprint. We're going to open a dossier with him. Worth noting, he's not one of those nations we're after, but we do have a few wildcards to use, of course. And so looking further at this list, we do have Florian Stork, who is a rider I'm currently signed up to our dossiers, but 69 overall, he's 23, he's actually not quite as good as I thought he was. He is quite interested in our team, but Nicola Bagioli, just 2 years older, he's clearly a better rider than Stork, much more well-rounded, can sprint as well as climb, almost quite similar to Gidish, but I think Bagioli is going to be a much better signing than Stork. So what I'm going to do is remove Stork from these dossiers. Always a shame to close a dossier after spending so many points on them, but Bagioli, we will open some dossiers with him and we will confirm these dossiers. Really happy with how this is looking now. So looking at the races, up next we do have the Youth Giro d'Italia, which I'm not going to play, but I will keep you updated on because we will be sending a few riders to the race. We also have the Slovenian TT coming up as well. So those are the next races on the calendar. Then we have a race in Germany, probably for Burkhardt's quite a long race. Then we head to Austria with some more national champs. So just to keep you updated over the coming weeks. So we have now reached the first national championship of the year, and it is the Slovenian individual time trial. And what is going on? Because Žiga Horvat is the favourite for today's race. No Roglic, no Pogačar, no any other of the big World Tour riders. Domen Novak is here, but not a danger in the TT. There are some good riders, but no Roglic, no Pogačar. Could this be our first opportunity to win a national champions jersey at the first attempt? So Žiga Horvat gets underway, but it's a -3 day for Žiga, and that is a nightmare. Looking at the start list, there's hardly anyone here. I cannot believe what is happening. I think the Dauphiné is on at the same time, which is why so few riders are here. But yeah, very strange. But -3. heartbreak for Giga. Jene Brajkovic has the best time at the first time check, and Giga is the final man to go. We're going to push it up to 78 on this hill, but we're not going to be near Brajkovic, I don't believe, and we're 37 seconds down. Going to be very difficult to take this one. Finks is next across the line. Where does he go? He goes third. Then Gregor Boll, who is nowhere near. We then have Brajkovic, who will take the best time so far. We're trying to push it with Giga into the final kilometre, but I'm certain that Brajkovic will be the new Slovenian national time trial champion. We're going to die just before the line, I think, with Giga up to 99. Can we maybe take it? I don't think so, and we're down in 4th place. What a shame. So Brajkovic takes it, and it's a 1-2-3 for Adrian Mobile, of course, Giga Horvat's old team, and a real shame that he wasn't quite on form today because we had a real opportunity here. Okay guys, we have now received the news. Similar to Gino Mada, Gidish is going to want some more points, up to 13 points now for the Kazakh. However, first up, we have this race in Germany and over 200 kilometers. I can't remember us riding a race this long before, so hopefully Burkhardt can show off his stamina today. And looking at our squad today, of course, Burkhardt leads the team looking for his first win of the season. We also bring Rick Zabel alongside the likes of Bissiger, Jonas Rutsch, Simon Pello and Georg Zimmermann, so a pretty strong 6-man team for us. So we are underway here in Germany. I'm not going to go in the break as we have some pretty average race days today, and we do have quite a few strong World Tour teams at this race. Looking at the start list, we have the likes of Bora, Lotto Soudal, also Team Sunweb, CCC are here with the likes of Volta and Marquis, so some very good riders are here. I notice Lenny Kemner as well, he's riding so well at the moment in the Dauphiné in real life, but a big breakaway does come back together. So I've been doing a little bit of pacing with Pello, trying to weaken some of the other guys, but to me, probably seems likely this will be for the sprinters. On the final climb today then, and 53k still to go, Pello still on the front as well, working hard, trying to weaken the field and catch the breakaway as well, because they almost have 2 minutes still. So 20k to go in this race. I'm expecting some kind of crosswinds to be taking place right now. It doesn't seem to be happening. 80 riders still in this group. Jonas Rutsch can maybe start to come to the front. I would like to try a solo move though with Marcus Burkhardt at some point, waiting for the right moment though. So 15k to go in this one. Burkhardt doesn't seem quite strong enough to make a move, and to me we just have too many strong squads at this race. However, we can maybe try in a moment. Burkhardt moving to the front. Is he going to have enough energy to make that move? I'm not quite sure. Selig though coming to the front for Bora Hansgrohe. Maybe best if we just stick on his wheel for now. 11k to go, just 55 riders in the group. But now we have 10k to go in this one, and Burkhardt is going to try and go off the front. Right now for Team Mobile Bianchi, Carstensen sat on his wheel though, and he is a decent sprinter. We don't really want to drag him to the line, but Burkhardt, can he drop him? Doesn't seem so, so he can just relay at maybe 85. We're now down to about 40 riders left in this group. Rutsch can now move to 92, try and move our guys to the front as riders still dropping out the back. This long race taking its toll on some people, but now 4.5k to go, pretty flat to the line. Rutsch opening the sprint up at 95 on the front. 3.5k to go. We have Bora Hansgrohe's train coming past. Can we go to 99 with Rutsch? Really aware of going too early, but Bissiger, a very strong lead out man, of course. Up to 99, Zabel sat on his wheel into the final kilometers here. We have a corner coming up as well, so let's go. Bissiger trying to lead out Rick Zabel. Can he take this in a sprint? Rick Zabel going for the line. He's looking good, and Rick Zabel takes another win, and he is unstoppable this season. Rick Zabel wins another sprint. Oh yes guys, that was such a satisfying victory because we have some strong competitors here, the likes of Selig for Bora de Boist as well. I mean, you can see the competition, and Rick Zabel blows them out the water yet again, but a big shout out to Bisker with an absolutely perfect lead out today. So on to dossiers guys, and I'm just going to keep them the same this time despite Gidish going up to 13 points. Worth noting, him and Moscon not really improving their interest too much. Hopefully that really increases ahead of the contract period. Worth noting, a lot of you guys have said you want me to sign Marco Brenner. He's not in this dossier list, so I assume he will be available as a free agent. Also, we still have Fabro, Ruch and Zimmerman to open dossiers with. I think we can maybe re-sign Ruch without doing that. He's very interested because I definitely want to keep him on. He has been performing really well. However, we can't quite afford those points at the moment. So as we progress forward, you can see a few of our riders not looking too happy. We have Schmid, who is a bit tired, a bit too many races for Schmid. Burkhardt still wanting his first win, and the same for Zimmerman. So hopefully we can provide those guys with a win pretty soon. Okay, quickly looking at the calendar, we're almost at the end of June now, and we now have a big race in Austria, which is a big sponsor objective for the team. However, we also have the national championships coming up as well with some more big objectives. So I need to be really careful with my team selection over the coming races. And it's been a little while since we've had any sponsor objectives, but looking right here, we have plenty coming up in just the coming days with the national championships. This race in Austria, they want stage wins, so that is our only goal at that race. And then they want a top 5 in Switzerland here, so plenty of really crucial races coming up now. And looking at the profile, we have a mix of stages with some climbing stages. You can see here stage 5, stage 6 as well, but also some stages more suited to the sprinters. So looking at our team selection, we have Matteo Fabro, Giga Horvat, Simon Pello, Schmid, Wildauer and Zimmerman. 6 riders coming to this race in Austria. Not my strongest team, but we only need a single stage win because I need to save some riders for those national championships. So stage 1 gets underway and we have an 800 meter long prologue. And it's basically all over 10%. So a crazy opening stage of this race. Zimmerman first underway for us, and he actually goes 6th. Very good result there. No idea how this is gonna pan out as we have a few more riders. We can take a look at the start list for this race and some strong teams again with Lenny Kemner. We have Bagioli for Quick Step. Pernsteiner, Kelderman is here, so a very strong start list at this race. So potentially a shot at the stage for Giga Horvat today. He's on a decent day. Where does he go across the line? 49th, Lenny Kemner with the best time so far, down to Fabro for us. Oh yes guys, here we go. Matteo Fabro on a +5 day here in Austria. Where can the Italian go? He's leading us at this race. And the other guys have been dying on 90. Fabro's so strong it would seem compared to them. Can we put him to 99? To the line, and he goes 3rd place, just missing out on the stage, but what a ride. So final man across the line is Paddy Bevin. He doesn't take the stage, and it will be Lenny Kemner winning the opening prologue here in Austria. Fabro very respectably in 4th place behind Uman and Hermann Pernsteiner. So before heading back to stage 2 in Austria, we are in Switzerland for the Axion Swiss Bank Gran Premio City di Lugano race. And very hilly and a very strong start list are here. You can see Diego Ulyssi, we have Mahoric as well. And this is a sponsor objective again. So another very important race in this episode. They want a top 5, and that is going to be very difficult from what I can see with the start list here. But looking at our squad, we have Gio Aliotti, Gino Marder as well. We have Schoenberger, Jonas Ruch, Covey, Burkhardt and also Rick Zabel, just in case it comes down to a sprint. Getting underway here in Switzerland, and you can see Burkhardt, Aliotti and Zabel are our main men today. With regards to form, I've also noticed Aliotti now 74 mountain. That is some fantastic progression. I think he was under 70 to start the season, and this is going to be a really tough race, but we are going to keep everyone in the peloton rather than going in the breakaway. Okay, so a pretty big breakaway here in Switzerland, 14 riders, and some teams have multiple riders as well in that breakaway. I can see we have Adria Mobile with at least 2 riders, so some good moves by some of the smaller teams here at this race. I've just noticed here is the man, the myth that we are hoping to see in a T-Mobile Bianchi jersey next season. And there you are, Bagioli is here as well, so we could have a little T-Mobile Bianchi signing party here in Switzerland. So the tempo has exploded over these recent climbs, and we now are down to 20 riders at the front. It is Mitchelton Scott currently pacing, maybe for Daryl Impey. We have Aliotti, he seems to be our leader. Zabel, Burkhardt, Marder trying to come back in, but the tempo, even on 90, they're struggling to come back in due to the tempo. Here we go then, we're starting to see some attacks, and this could put my team under pressure. Zabel still in this group alongside Burkhardt as well. We may need to lose those guys though, as we have a few of the favourites now attacking. We have Impey, Mohoric, Flores, Ulysses and Visconti, a very, very strong group. Now up the roads, Marder can tempo on the front at maybe 90. Burkhardt and Zabel need to come to the front as well. Just 21 riders in this group, and Rick Zabel and Burkhardt have done absolutely brilliant jobs today to stay here. I would like to keep Burkhardt in decent condition, so I'll stick him on Aliotti's wheel. Zabel, I don't think it's going to be strong enough today, so he can maybe try and relay, but we need to catch those guys up ahead. So Zabel and Omar Freile doing a brilliant job. We have 12 riders currently in this group. I see Giddish and Bagioli still here. Aliotti getting blocked off absolutely horribly by the Astana guys right there, and that is just not the way you want to get dropped from the group, is it? So I'll follow Gino Marder. He can come onto this climb at maybe 99 and we should catch back up to them. Burkhardt, I think, is going to get dropped, especially with Zabel, our own teammate, blocking him off. Flores is right here. Maybe we can just grab his wheel with Gino Marder. Aliotti needs to try and stay here if we can, but Marder, oh, he's just not quite strong enough, it seems, today. Can Marder try and bring Aliotti back to this group of 7? If we can get 2 riders in that group, that would just be brilliant for us. I think Burkhardt can sit up, as we now have these 2 riders at the front of the race. Burkhardt now here as well, my words. So 16 riders here, 17k to go. Giovanni Visconti is on the attack. Maybe I can try and follow their wheels now with Aliotti, as Marder and Burkhardt pretty much done, and we have 8 riders at the front of this race. I'll follow Omar Freile. We have Visconti, Impey, Kreuziger, Freile, Mohoric, Ulysses, Flores and Aliotti now at the front, and Aliotti looking brilliant. However, the pace does slow, and Burkhardt and Marder now back on, so they can go to relaying again on the front at 85. Here we come then, 12k to go in this race. Burkhardt is going to try and lead Aliotti to the front of this group. We have Ardia still here. De Boz and Gurgle have both come back on as well. And you know what? I'm going to try something. I'm going to send Marcus Burkhardt up the roads, see how these guys react. Can they follow the German? And yes, they can. He's not on his strongest day. So these guys can now sit up, and Aliotti can now go on the attack with 10k to go here in Switzerland. Aliotti on the attack, Visconti following. Can everyone in this group follow? They're going to try into the downhill, but for the moment, Aliotti off the front with Visconti, and this is absolutely perfect. So 7k to go, 8 riders come back on, and Impey flies past us. My word, that acceleration by Impey. I think our best bet with Aliotti is trying to get away on these hills. Let's pace at 93 right now. Impey looks done. I'm going to try and counter him with Aliotti. Visconti tries to follow. Can all of these guys follow? Remember, top 5 is the sponsor objective. Oh, but Visconti is so strong. He goes away from Aliotti now in the downhill. Kreuziger trying to follow. And can we stay away from this group? Because that will guarantee us a top 5 place. Visconti going away though. Kreuziger, not the best sprinter, but neither is Aliotti. Visconti, I think, has won this race now here in Switzerland. Can we maybe try and catch him with Aliotti? I really don't want that group coming back on from behind. Aliotti is going to lead out Kreuziger up to 99 on this downhill. Visconti is going to win. A beautiful attack by him here in Switzerland, but Aliotti comes home for a beautiful 2nd place. What a ride that was. What a race. Kreuziger in 3rd, and this group with Ulysses will be further back. What a fun race that was here in Switzerland. Giovanni Visconti, 37 years old and the strongest on the day. But Aliotti, what a ride by the young Italian, beating some very classy World Tour riders, including Giddish and Bagioli, who was further back who are both interested in signing for next season, but we get our sponsor objective with that podium position. Back to Austria now for stage 2, and I think Wildauer will be going for this one in a sprint finish. 40k to go then here on stage 2. We do have 2 riders out front. No need to worry about them though, but we do need to worry about this difficult hilly section coming up before that potential sprint. So Horvath and Schmid have paced very hard right now. Can I maybe punch in an attack with Simon Pello over the top right now? Can we maybe attack away? We need to make sure we're staying right to the front with our main leaders. Pello seemingly unable to really get away, although now we do have a small gap. Fabro and Wildauer, our 2 leaders, can sit in the wheels whilst Pello tries to go away, but 15k to go. I think he's going to be brought in, and he is. Okay, so quickly coming to the end of this stage now, 6k to go. CCC are the team controlling things on the front. Not quite sure who their sprint leader is. Fabro is sat on, I think, Oldani's wheel for Lotto Sudal, but now we need to go up to 99 with Pello. Try and put Wildauer in the best position possible coming into the final 3k. I think it is now Zimmerman's turn up to 99 as well, but we're getting blocked off absolutely terribly right now. Wildauer is pretty much ready to sprint, but he's got blocked off into the final meters. Can we come through down the rails? Wildauer coming for the line, and we take the win out of nowhere. Marcus Wildauer, we are on fire right now, and that is our sponsor objective achieved. Wildauer on top of the podium in Salzburg. On we go then to stage 3, looking for more stage wins to add to our success. And I am wondering, could we maybe drop some of these riders out of these races so they can participate in the national champs? I'm unsure about that. So one thing I am going to do today is let Mario Schmid step into the team car and withdraw. He's obviously very tired. I mentioned it at the beginning of the episode. Too many races for him, and maybe he can participate in the national championships tomorrow. Okay, just over 20k still to navigate on the stage. The brake starting to come apart already, and we only have to navigate that climb before concentrating on another sprint. Okay, 8k to go. CCC have been the team setting the pace, and we have had a few splits actually taking place today. Fabro is sat on race leader Kemner's wheel. That should be fine for him to stay in position. Horvath now can move up to maybe even 95 with 6k to go. We're too far back, wanting to move Wildauer to the front. 5k to go now. And so Horvath up to 99. He is now done. So Pello up to 99. Zimmerman, not the strongest lead out man, and he's actually not having the best day today either. But Pello up to 99. Wildauer is now in pretty much the perfect position. Can Zimmerman hold on and deliver a good lead out today? We'll sprint now with Zimmerman. A very fast sprint from Steiner, but I'll just sprint with Wildauer. Can we take this one again? Wildauer going for the line. We have McCarthy and De Boist, but De Boist is going to take this one. A great sprint by the Belgian. Fabro finishes nicely in the front group as well. 4th place for Wildauer today. Okay, so a decent start to our time here in Austria. Kelderman surprisingly up in the top 5 in the sprint, but Fabro looking good still in the GC. And so 30th of June, guys, this is where I will cut this episode. In the next one, we will have the national championships and some big sponsor objectives to take place there with those national championships after taking some objectives today, both in Switzerland and in Austria. That one obviously not in there just because the race hasn't been completed yet. But guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode of T-Mobile Bianchi here on PCM 2020. And I've just noticed, looking at the attribute screen, Rick Zabel now has 76 sprints, and I think he deserves that based on how he's performed this year. But our team in general progressing so well. We have Taburi heading to 70 Mountain. I've also noticed Aliotti. I mean, you can see for yourselves the progress of each individual rider. Anyhow, guys, like I said, do drop a like on the video if you're enjoying these episodes. Tell me what you thought in the comments as well. Always love hearing from you guys. Drop a sub as well if you're new. I will catch you guys in the next one.